Right there, everyone, how's it going? So today I am here with the one, the only, Benno, and the new hope, Liam.
Hello there.
You're right.
So, we've got a lot of Star Wars related stuff in store today. First things first, I've got a cheeky Star Wars related question for Ben and Liam. What is your favourite type of army within the Star Wars universe? You know, like Stormtroopers, Clone Troopers, the Mandalorians, Wookiees, all that sort of jazz.
Ewoks.
Are you joking me?
No, I like.
Serious? The Ewoks are number one for you?
Yeah, the tribal force that defeated the Empire. Nature versus technology.
Ah,
And,
crap.
Following that rebellion, but
Mental.
I respect that decision. Anything? I don't know. I think for me, it's got to be either between the Clone Army or the Mandalorians. I don't know.
Yeah,
nice.
pretty cool.
I don't know. I can't really decide. I don't know. They're both cool though.
Yeah. I'll probably go for just the clones. I just love the clones. I love their brotherly, relationships in the Clone Wars. I love how they're actually bothered about their duty and looking out for each other and having each other's backs. I like how some of them, like Fives, figure out, the stuff behind, like the Chancellor's plans and him pulling the strings and them having chips in their heads and all that cool stuff. I just like the clones. I think they're quite cool. They weren't that good in the prequels. They were just sort of like bland, really. Their design was cool, but they were a little bit bland. But in the Clone Wars, they've been really fleshed out. So I'd have to go for the clones. So,
Fair enough. Yeah.
anyway, a bit of cheeky Star Wars news. Ben, do you want to reveal it?
Oh yeah, well just there's been a game. That's not the full title of the game. Yeah, that was the working name.
Oh, it lagged out. It lagged out for a second. It's called Star Wars Squadron.
Oh yeah.
Okay. I couldn't hear anything.
And so it was called Project Maverick for a while.
Oh, I
It's
didn't
been
know.
revealed. And tomorrow there's going to be a stream. It's developed by Motive Studios, who helped out with the campaign on Battlefront 2. And so tomorrow they're going to announce a bunch of details. It's supposedly going to have a single-player campaign, but will be multiplayer focused, sort of like Battlefront 2 when that came out. But I don't know if that'll be any good or not. Yeah.
Okay.
You're hyped for it then?
It depends on how it plays, what the gameplay looks like, really.
Which Battlefront 2? Are you talking about the OG Battlefront 2? They did that, or
The new one.
oh, the new one? If it was the people who worked on Fallen Order, I'd be kind of hyped. But as it'll probably take years for it to get interesting and fun again. It'll probably just be rubbish at the start. Then after a couple of years, it'll end up being good, I guess.
Yeah. It's just how the campaign played out Battlefront 2, it wasn't the most interesting story. So, I don't know. But the marketing and stuff they've made already sounds pretty cool. Like putting Pilots Wanted as their kind of tagline. Cool.
So yeah, hopefully it's half decent. Anyway, let's get into the first main topic. The second topic will be a Star Wars quiz, a really hard Star Wars quiz that me and Ben and Liam will attempt to complete. We're on a timer as well. It'll only be 10 minutes. So that's if I can find the exact one, which I'm pretty sure I'll be able to. So yeah, The Mandalorian. What are your guys' overall thoughts of it? From the first season.
It's a great show. Yeah, it was a good series as well. Yeah.
I think the reason it was so I really liked it. I think the reason it was so solid was because Jon Favreau, the show, said that he was inspired by the same things that George Lucas was inspired from to make a new, which is why it's got that spaghetti western.
Yeah, I was
feel
about
it.
to say westerns. Yeah.
Yeah, and I think although it's a TV show versus a movie, I think the reason why it's a bit more just
a bit
because
more.
it's not just inspired by the Star Wars things that have come before it. It's inspired by Star Wars as inspirations. If you get me, so.
Okay. Yeah.
Fair enough. I feel like a main strength of it is I just like we all love a cheeky show where the characters change over time. Walter White, he starts off as a chemistry teacher, then he becomes a drug lord kingpin. Tony Soprano starts off as, well, he's always been the bad guy, but he goes off the rails and gets like more mental and loses the plot a bit over seasons and seasons and seasons, and doesn't have the same power as he had at the start of the season 1 of The Sopranos. And characters change over time and it's fun. Better Call Saul Goodman, he starts off as Jimmy McGill and OK Geezer, then he becomes a sleazy lawyer like he is in Breaking Bad. So, we love a bit of character change. And Mando, the Mandalorian, he starts off as just a typical generic bounty hunter, just a bit of a heartless dude. And then he ends up, finding the child. And he's really, at first he's like, yeah. Oh, sorry, what were you going to say?
No,
I was just saying, like, he finds the child and, originally he's like, yeah, just get this child to the Empire, whatever. But the child saves his life, which is quite cool, from that buffalo by using the Force. Or whatever that buffalo was called, a bison, whatever you want to call it. And then,
I'm not sure whether... I'm not sure whether it's a reek. I'm not sure that it is the same species as that reek from episode 2 in the GNFC arena, but I don't know. I'm just putting it out there that there's a possibility.
Maybe.
I'm not sure. Might not be that, I don't know.
But yeah, he takes it back to the little remains of the Empire. The Empire aren't really that existent anymore. They're just sort of failures, Well, not failures, but like they usually this is before the First Order, obviously, so the stormtroopers are just there for hire, really. And but he takes it to the remains of the Empire, whatever you want to call them, and they're like, yeah, thank you very much. And then he's like, what are you going to do with this baby Yoda? Then they're like, it's none of your business. And he's like, oh shit, they might kill it. So he takes on loads of stormtroopers, burns one of them, spares the scientist who saved the baby Yoda's life, and then takes it with him on some cheeky adventures. But I like but he doesn't love it straight away, but eventually he becomes... by the end of the season, he's like... Oh, I should have said spoilers. Sorry.
most people
it doesn't matter, yeah. But by the end of the season, it's set in stone what will probably happen in Series 2, that Mando needs to take the child back to its home planet, which is quite cool, really. So that's probably what's going to happen in Season 2. He's going to be travelling all over the gaff with it and trying to take it back to its home planet, which is fun. What were your favourite episodes and favourite moments then?
For me, I'd have to say it'd be the episode where he goes to the little camp in the forest and he has to protect them from the the ATSDs. That was a fantastic episode because it had that Western inspiration of lone gun runner who has to protect the small village from the bandits and stuff. It's great.
Yeah.
And the last episode with Gus from Breaking Bad, I can't remember the actor's name.
Me neither, but he's a legend. He was in the last 2.
Yeah, I thought that was a fantastic character. You only got a few lines,
Yeah,
really
he's so intimidating. I like how the IG unit changes over time as well. He's quite cool.
Yeah, voiced by Taika Waititi.
Oh yeah, the little man, what's his name? I have spoken. He's an absolute legend. He's a beast.
Yeah.
He's such a top
Is it
gear.
the Ugnaught, I think?
I don't know what his name is, but he's a
I know
beast.
there's an Ugnaught, but no, I can't remember his name. I can't remember.
I was so gutted when he died, man. He's such a cool bloke.
Yeah.
He didn't even accept any money off Mando or anything. He was like, no, I'm happy to help you. What a good bloke.
Yeah.
So,
I think my favourite episodes are probably the first one, the last one, and maybe the one before it. I'm just trying to remember. And I'm trying to remember as well. I know there are only 8 episodes, but
yeah,
first, last, probably the penultimate one, and the second one. You know, the one with the beast that looked like a reek or whatever.
yeah,
And maybe the one where Mandalorian's on that ship as well with those other...
Oh yeah, that was amazing with what's his name? Bill.
Bill Burr.
Yeah, Bill Burr. Yeah,
What a legend, man! I can't believe he was in it.
yeah. He played a great part.
It's probably one of my favourites as well. Yeah, so they're probably my favourite episodes. Yeah.
I love how at the end he sends the rebel fighters to that base.
Oh yeah.
That was so class. They're like, haha, yes, we beat him, yes, haha. And they're gonna fire on him, and then all the ships are just coming directly at him.
Yeah.
Legendary. The only thing that would have made this show better is if Boss Nass and Jar Jar Binks showed up and did a singing duet. Good night to you! Moi. But yeah. I love you. Yeah, legendary. No, I'm glad that they haven't. I'm glad Boss Nass was only in one episode, even though I love Brian Blessed. I'm just glad that he was only in one episode, one film of Star Wars. He didn't show up in the Clone Wars, did he?
Boss Nass, no.
Oh.
No.
I love how Jar Jar Binks showed up in so many episodes of the Clone Wars. So weird.
I suppose even though these are slight spoilers for Clone Wars in a way, I think they must have appointed a new boss, I suppose, of
The Gungan people.
I was trying to think of the right place to use, but yeah, because I remember there's an episode on Naboo and in series 4 of the Clone Wars, and there's a new boss there. I think he's called Boss Leone, so it's not Boss now.
Oh, so they sacked him then, or did he get voted out?
Must have something like that. I don't know.
I'm absolutely appalled and gutted. Boss Nass was probably their best leader.
I suppose at the same time, though, episode 1, is set over 10 years before then.
Oh, yeah, of course, because Anakin's an adult, isn't he? Of course. I forgot so.
Yeah.
So Boss Nass could have peacefully retired.
I mean, he could have still been the leader for years and years, but I don't know, I suppose in a way it makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, if the Chancellor can stay in charge of the Senate way longer than he was meant to, I suppose Boss Nass can be in charge of the Gungans way longer.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'll tell you my favourite episodes quickly. The final one, that one where they're on the ship, as you said, with Bill Burr, that was awesome. Really good, amazing episode. The one before the final one, the first one, they're all just banter, they're all just great banter. A weakness with the show, I can't really think of many weaknesses. I'll give it probably 5 out of 5. It's such a fun watch. I guess I'd prefer it if it was more adult and more aggressive, I don't know, but it's like a 12, and what even though that was a slight weakness I came up with, a big strength is that anyone can watch it. You can show it to a kid, even though it's a 12, you can probably show it to a kid and they wouldn't be really that scared.
Oh, yeah.
So
I suppose you could, yeah. I mean, there were some darker moments, but such as, the death of, what's his name, I have spoken.
Yeah. I have spoken.
But, yeah, and there's, like I said, some darker moments, but, yeah, I suppose on the whole it's family-friendly in a way, I guess.
I like how there's no Jedi in it as well. I know there's not many Jedi in the after the Order 66, but I just like how there isn't any Jedi or Sith. It's just about bounty hunters and stormtroopers and all that.
Well, that's the thing, and it's still great.
Yeah.
But,
But yeah, probably the best thing to come out of Star Wars since Return of the Jedi, in my opinion. I know Clone Wars had some great episodes, but I prefer this personally. It's just so cool. And we've never had a live-action Star Wars TV show anymore, before.
Yeah.
And hopefully, we're going to have a few more by the looks of it. Kenobi and...
Oh, yeah. Some quick news. The Obi-Wan Kenobi show won't be until 2022. I'm so gutted. I wanted to see Ewan McGregor back in action as Obi-Wan. How can they do this to us?
It'll be worth waiting for, I think.
Yeah.
It's a dream come true, that entire show.
I mean, Ewan McGregor and...
It's not. Go on.
I was going to say Ewan McGregor and Ian McDermott were probably the best part of the prequel trilogy, to be honest. In my opinion. And, Liam Neeson was okay, I guess. But yeah, I really like Ewan McGregor as
Qui-Gon's
Obi-Wan.
great.
So.
I like Qui-Gon.
I know, but like from an acting sense, it doesn't. Like all of us three could probably be Jedis. You don't need much acting training to be a Jedi. You just have to be really emotionless, unless you like Yoda or Obi-Wan, who actually have a bit of good character depth. You know. I'm not saying the other ones don't, but like they're not emotional. They're just like
I suppose, yeah. I guess it's just the way a lot of Jedi are and how they're brought up to be. But then at the same time, yeah, a lot of them, yeah. I
just like character progression. Like Luke started off as a bit of whiny wimp, like I wanted to go to Tashi Station and pick up some power converters. But then he becomes a lot more serious, and he's like, Jabber, if you're not willing to bargain with me, I will kill you. It's just legendary. I just love how he progresses. But with a lot of the Jedi, a lot of their characters don't progress. Like Obi-Wan's does. He starts off as the Padawan, and then Qui-Gon dies, and he has to take the responsibility to training Anakin up. And then he trains him up and goes on a few loads of adventures, and then he has to kill Anakin in the end, doesn't he? Because Anakin becomes bad, so...
Oh, yeah, and Anakin has character development as well.
He does in the Clone Wars. He does in the Clone Wars, but not in the prequels, in my opinion. Not much, anyway. It's a bit crap, really.
Well, I suppose the Clone Wars, yeah, it does help, because there's lots more, there's a lot more content, especially between 2 and 3, which was needed, really, I suppose.
Yeah.
Yeah. It helps.
You said, like, how Mandalorian's 12. I think Revenge of the Sith was, like, the most mature film released because it was a PG-13 or something in America.
I mean, it was decent, but there was a load of stupid moments and silly dialogue in it, in my opinion. But yeah. Some of the silly dialogue I loved, as I said in our stock when we reviewed every Star Wars film. Hello there. I love the memes and all the... Do it! And I am the Senate. All that cool stuff. I love it, but...
It's unintentionally a bit less... Well, some of the bad dialogue is made unintentionally better because of how much it's been memed, I guess. But...
Yeah.
I don't know.
I bet when it came out, people just thought it was crap. But,
Well, not everyone, but yeah.
I mean, yeah, it's just because of the whole prequel hate, people were sort of expecting not to like it. But,
I suppose, yeah.
Anyway, I'll give The Mandalorian 5 out of 5. Great show.
I think, yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah, probably that, or very close to that, yeah. Something.
I mean, I don't know if you lot want to hear about the rumours of who's joining next season.
Who?
But,
What character?
yeah.
I think I know you're going to mention, but go on.
Well, supposedly it's going to be like Ahsoka and the clone Boba Fett and stuff.
Yeah.
But my only hope is that because I think the show did so well because it wasn't really connected to all the other stuff going on. Like there were no Jedi, there weren't any Jedi or like Palpatine or anything. It was just kind of grounded. I mean, we saw baby Yoda or the child or whoever, but it feels quite grounded and separate. But I feel like I'm worried that if they bring in Ahsoka and Boba Fett and they tie it to all the other stuff, then it might lose that charm a bit.
Understandable, yeah, because you have to think about how they're going to handle those characters as well, especially in live action with Ahsoka, for example.
Yeah, because we've only seen her animated, haven't we? So.
Yeah. I was just going to say as well, something else I wanted to add is, I suppose this is a bit of Star Wars news as well, but I'm not sure whether you both heard, but Temuera Morrison, who played Jango Fett in Episode 2, he was cast as Boba Fett for Series 2 of The Mandalorian.
Oh, yeah, that's really cool. Yeah, I heard about that. That'll be awesome. Because Boba Fett is a clone of Jango Fett, so it would make sense.
Yeah.
But, I know Nick Nolte was in, Mandalorian, but I can't remember who he played. Let's have a look. Hold on.
Who was?
Nick Nolte. Oh, he played the little bloke. That's amazing. Brilliant. Bro, Nick Nolte's a legend, man. Nick Nolte's been in some amazing films.
Yeah. I mean, it was a good cast. They got Werner Herzog as well. And OG and Carlo Esposito, that's his name.
Yeah. But yeah, Pedro Pascal was great. Gina Carano was great as well. I mean, she was a former MMA fighter, and I'm not, I love MMA and it's great, but most fighters, most combat athletes are crap actors. So she's done well to be good at MMA and good at that. Carl Weathers was fun, and everyone else was just class, amazing. Loved it. Absolutely loved it.
And don't forget, this is a spoiler again, a significant one, but don't forget as well that we have to consider that the Darksabers came into play now as well.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's a tie into the the Clone Wars, and for example, and so.
Anyway, so yeah, do you guys want to move on to the Star Wars quiz then?
Yeah, sure, if you want, yeah.
Alright then, so I'm checking through a lot of it. A lot of it's just wordy answers. I don't think you need... I couldn't find the one with a timer, but this one, it says, average score is 74%. This is the hardest Star Wars quiz you'll take today. It's from play.howstuffworks.com. I'll link them in the description. And yeah, let's do this then. There's no timer, so it doesn't matter. Which famous extraterrestrial appeared in The Phantom Menace? E.T., Marvin the Martian, Alf, or Stitch? I think, isn't it Alf? Or is it E.T.?
No, it's E.T.
E.T.
Oh,
He was in episode 1 in the Senate chamber.
Yeah, oh yeah, the three ETs in the political scene. Oh man, I would have gone for Alf. I'm going with what you guys go for.
More specific, I guess, members of his species, because there's like 4 or 5.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright then.
I didn't realise this was going to be multiple choice.
Yeah. What does the name Darth Vader mean? Deep Volunteers, Daring Farmers, Dark Father, Door to Venus. I think it's Dark Father. I think that's...
It is definitely Dark Father, yeah.
Yeah, right again.
Definitely.
Yep. Yeah. The name Darth Vader means Dark Father. The name is based on German Dutch language. The word Vader is derived from. How many toes does Yoda have? Bloody hell! Isn't it? Oh no.
Oh wait. Let me think. What are the options then?
5, 10, 2. The number changes each film. I'd go for the number changes each film.
Sorry, I set out for a bit. What was the question?
5, 10, 2.
Oh, how many toes does Yoda have?
Oh.
5, 10, 2, or it changes each film. Oh. I'm going to go with James. It changes each film.
3? No.
I'm going to go with James. I don't think 3 was an option, was it?
No.
That's weird. I thought it would be.
Well, he can't have only 2 toes. That's mental.
I think he has 3 fingers, but
Yeah.
no, I don't think it must have 3 toes.
I'm going to go changes each film. Yes!
Go
We got it! It says the number of toes that Yoda has changes each film. The number of toes that he typically is depicted to have is around 3 or 4. Brilliant. Chewbacca's son. Bloody hell. It's Lumpa. Yeah. The others aren't Chewbacca's son. There's Lumpa, Wu, Han Solo, Luke Skywalker, Obi-Wan. This is easy.
What was the question, sorry?
Who's Chewbacca's son? Well, it's obviously not the other 3. The other options are Han Solo, Luke Skywalker, Obi-Wan, but the first one is Lumpa Waro.
Yeah, that one then,
Waru.
yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Obvious, yeah. Lump is the son of Chewbacca and Malla. After being separated from his parents, he was a slave until he eventually escaped. True or false, C-3PO is in every Star Wars film ever made. Oh.
False.
Oh.
I'm trying to think. I'm thinking about whether he's in Solo, that's the problem.
He wasn't in Solo, was he?
I'll say false then, because I don't remember him being in
It was
Solo.
true! What the hell? It was true!
Who was in Solo?
He wasn't in Solo?
It says, this is true, the gold robot is an important character. Star Wars movies, he's played by... Oh, idiot. This person's got it wrong. He can't have been in Solo. He can't have been in Solo.
Well, I don't know whether they're only referring to the Skywalker saga or not. I don't know. I'm not sure.
Yeah, but he said every film ever made.
I know. How was the quiz? Can you find out or not? Does it say? I don't know.
It just... that all it says is what... Look, we can look it up later. The quiz might be old, to be fair. I've got no idea. After Princess Leia told Han Solo she loved him, what did he say? I know, that's obvious. I'm just clicking that one right now.
Yeah.
That's not right.
Han responded to Leia with the famous words, I know. Did you know it was ad-libbed? Yeah, we all know that. Come on. George Lucas wanted him to say, I love you too. But obviously Harrison Ford's like, no, Solo.
Han was supposed to say something like, just remember that, baby, because I'll be back. And Harrison Ford was like, that's a stupid fucking line. So he just added his own.
What would
God
you...
bless George, but he does write some stinkers.
Yeah. What word would you never hear in a Star Wars movie? Princess Go, Ewok Space.
Wait, what?
What word would you never hear in a Star Wars movie? Princess Go, Ewok Space.
Princess Go. No space. Yeah, they don't say space.
I'll go for space as well.
Yeah, I'll go for space.
It's Ewok!
Yeah, I don't...
It's Ewok!
Oh.
The word
Oh,
Ewok
yeah, they don't mention Ewoks in Return of the
is
Jedi.
never said, despite the fact that, oh, you bastards. The bastards that made this quiz, man. No offence, no offence.
These are really specific questions.
You outdid us then, you outdid us. Which phrase would you hear in every Star Wars film? I have a bad feeling about this. It's time. Yeah, I have a bad feeling about this. Oh, wait, no, every film.
Yeah, it is.
It is, yeah. I want to wait for the
Thank
anyway,
goodness
yeah.
it's right, yeah. Scenes that took place on Hoth were shot in Norway, weren't they?
Was it Norway? Yeah.
Norway or Alaska. It can't be. There's Vegas and Spain as well.
No, it was Norway or one of the countries next to it. Yeah, I'll go with Norway. Yeah.
Ben, what do you think?
I have no idea. Dealer's choice.
Yes, we got it!
Yeah, okay, yeah. It had to be that all very close, yeah.
The Ewoks had their own animated show, true or false?
True.
Yep, well done, lads. Quality.
It's not good. It's not good.
Oh,
I haven't watched it,
before
to be honest.
before he
Well,
became,
I watched like a bit of it, but it's not.
before he became known as the iconic Yoda, what was his original name? Michelle, Buffy, Linda, Prancer.
Buffy, I think.
It can't be Prancer. It has to be Buffy. Yeah. What do you think, Liam?
I don't know, because I was thinking... I was going to say Prancer, but I just don't know.
I mean,
I think
I'm going to go Prancer then. I'm just going to go Prancer.
Ben, I'll go with you saying Buffy, man. Are you sure, Ben? What do you think?
it sounds familiar when talking about Yoda. So,
Prancer sounds too gimpy, but George Lucas does come up with some weird stuff. I'm going to go Buffy. Yes, Buffy's right. Get in there.
Okay, yeah. I suppose it's...
Yoda was almost played by a monkey. What the hell?
Oh, yeah, I think I might have heard that fact.
Yeah, they tried, but it was too unreliable, so they got Deep Roy,
Of course, yeah.
the little fella.
Which comic did the Phantom Menace get its own name from? Saga, Planet Hulk, It Rhymes with Lust, Flash Gordon.
Oh, this is interesting.
Can't be the first two because they came out after Phantom Menace, though.
I'll go for Flash Gordon because Brian Blessed's in Phantom Menace.
Yeah, I'd say
He
so.
was right!
Wait, what?
Okay,
Flash Gordon was right. Oh, sorry, I should have asked you, Liam, as well. The Phantom Menace got its name from...
And then Brian Blessed, or...
Brian Blessed was in Flash Gordon. He was one of those flying things.
Oh, okay. I've never seen it, so I don't know.
Me neither, but I know a few scenes from it. The name Phantom Menace got its name from the comic Flash Gordon. In the comics, there was a name Phantom Menace inspiring George Lucas. Awesome.
Yeah. I was going to say Saga came out, like...
Boba Fett makes his first movie appearance. Oh, it's Attack of the Clones. Bloody hell. Oh, wait, no, Empire Strikes Back!
No,
Oh, no!
back.
Oh! Oh!
Quick.
Sorry. Oh.
Jumping ahead.
Oh.
Stop jumping ahead.
Oh.
Take your time.
Oh, man. Sorry, lads.
I mean, technically... Well, actually, no, it doesn't matter.
I can't believe it. Oh, man. Jumping too far ahead. Alright, every question, even if I think it's easy, even though that one I got wrong, I'm going to ask everyone now. Which Golden Girl appeared in Star Wars Christmas Special? Rue McCallan, Betty White, B. Arthur, Esley Getty.
It was B. Arthur.
I have
Yeah,
no
I just
idea.
clicked that one, I just clicked that one.
I have no idea.
No, it was Bay Arthur, I don't know how you pronounce it.
Do the Ewoks speak French, true or false?
Was it Rice? What was it? Was Ben right?
Ben was right, yeah.
Okay. Did the Ewoks speak what, sorry?
French, true or false?
I think false, I don't know.
False, yeah. It's gotta be. False.
Alright. Yep, false, lads. Well done.
Yeah, I was going to say, it didn't sound...
I think it was based on some sort of like indigenous language or something.
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
Who voiced Garinian? Harrison Ford.
Garinian.
It's G. Garind, or whatever. G-A-R-I-N-D-A-N.
Garinden.
It might be, yeah. I don't know. Harrison Ford, Clark Gable, John Wayne, Morgan Freeman. I'd go for Clark Gable because Morgan Freeman and John Wayne was really old when Star Wars came out, and Morgan Freeman, I can't imagine him. Harrison Ford's Han Solo, so I'd go for Clark Gable. But what do you guys think?
No, I'm just going to go Harrison Ford again.
What about you,
It is Garinian.
Ben?
I feel like I've heard of the character, but I'm not sure.
Ben, what do you think? You're the
I'm
decider.
going to go Harrison Ford.
I have no idea. Garinian. I guess go Clark Gable. So.
Okay. Oh, it was John Wayne. What the hell?
Oh, okay.
John Wayne delivered one of the
was the
character's
character?
most iconic lines in A New Hope. I can tell you where to find them for a price. Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah, he was. Oh, he was the penis face guy.
That's pretty awesome. Alright then. Which of the following sound effects is used in a Star Wars? I Wilhelm scream, but the other one's a car horn, a lion's roar, a shop cart being pushed. It's the Wilhelm scream, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely.
Wilhelm scream.
Yeah, Wilhelm, yeah. Definitely.
Yeah, correct.
His character was referred to as Long Snoot.
Next one is, what Disney character appeared in one of the movies? Mickey Mouse, Donald Duck, Pluto, Goofy. I've got no clue. No clue, lads. I'm guessing Mickey Mouse.
Don't know.
I don't know. I'm just going to say Donald Duck. I don't know.
Ben, what do you go with?
Mickey Mouse.
Alright, let's click on it. Yes! It was right. Because me and Ben obviously went for... If you get outnumbered, then obviously the other person goes for something, or if we all pick one answer, then I suppose I just decide. Or I go with...
Mickey Mouse, yeah.
Dealer's choice.
Let's read it then. He can be found in The Empire Strikes Back. A silhouette of his head is behind Luke and Darth Vader as they're fighting each other. That's weird.
I wonder if it's intentional.
What does AT-AT stand for?
All-terrain armoured transport.
All-terrain, yeah, that's right.
I don't know, so I'll just... All-terrain armoured transport. That's it then.
What, is this multiple choice as well, then?
Yeah. Attack, all attention, all troops, assemble time, assemble treasure. I mean, all-terrain armoured transport sounds like the most logical one, so let's go for that. Yeah, it's correct.
Definitely. Yeah. Especially considering the other options.
This one has to be false. Is it true or false that Jabba the Hutt made an appearance in Empire Strikes Back? It has to be false.
1 minute.
He was in New Hope. He was in Return of the Jedi.
False, yeah.
Ben?
What was the question?
Is it true or false that Jabba the Hutt made an appearance in Empire Strikes Back?
False.
Yep.
Yep, he only makes appearance in Return of the Jedi, Phantom Menace, New Hope. Yep, so right. It's totally right.
Yeah.
At the end of the Return of the Jedi, who almost died? Luke Skywalker, but there's R2-D2, C-3PO, Han Solo.
Yes, Luke, yeah.
Ben?
Yeah, I don't know if I mean in the context of the film or like what was going on behind stage, but I guess Luke, yeah.
It was Han Solo.
Oh, does it mean who almost died shooting the film?
Wrong answer. Han Solo almost died at the end of the
film.
film. His demise would have taken place on the Death Star, but ultimately did not due to a decision by Lucas.
Oh, okay, I see what you mean now. I didn't know. Okay. Yeah, because I know that Harrison Ford originally wanted Han Solo to be killed off in Empire Strikes Back, and then maybe Return the Jedi, but then they kept changing the character's fate, and then he finally got his wish in The Force Awakens.
Yeah. But all it says is at the end of Return of the Jedi, who almost died. It didn't say who was originally planned to die, or who, that should have been...
Yeah.
That should have been worded a bit better. Alright then. What animals are porgs based off?
What are the options?
Puffins, frogs, raccoons, bears.
Puffins?
Ben?
Is it?
Yeah, because there were tons of puffins on
Yeah,
Scotland
correct.
Egg, I think is
Correctamundo.
Scottish island they shot on. But
What?
it's easier to
what-
DIO for them.
What
I think it's
species?
an Irish island, wasn't it? Irish?
Maybe, something like that.
What species is Yoda? Human, dog, extraterrestrial, unknown. I'm pretty sure it's unknown, but what do you guys think?
Yeah, still don't know.
Yeah. Never mentioned in any media or on the official website, leaving it to interpretation. That's why it says, yeah, you're right, unknown. Which two Star Wars characters had a TV show of their own? C-3PO and Yoda, isn't it? But there's Yoda, Chewbacca, Luke and Leia, Luke and Anakin.
It was droids, so I want to say C-3PO.
Is C-3PO and R2 a choice then?
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely, because there's a TV show called Star Wars Droids.
Awesome. True or false, Jabba the Hutt wore a fez?
False? It's got to be false, hasn't it?
I think false.
No Google, so we can't look up the fez like the, if he was... So, yeah, let's go for false.
Okay.
Yeah, he never wore a fez. He was gonna...
That's just a weird question.
He was gonna, but they were later scrapped.
Ah, okay.
God, that would have been interesting.
Yeah.
Just a bit odd, really.
What...
Doesn't really fit with character.
What are the group of porgs called? A government, a flock, a murder, a settlement. It has to be a flock. This is easy, but what do you guys think?
I don't know, that's like ever been said somewhere.
Oh, I don't know. I feel like it's either between government or settlement. I know it sounds weird, but I don't know. They're just fictional creatures, aren't
Ben,
they?
what do you think?
I have no idea.
I'm going to say... I'm going to say
Government of porgs.
Yeah, I'll take
A government, you guys have both gone for government, so that's the... Oh, it was wrong, they're a murder. That's weird, that's really weird.
Murder?
Yeah, a group of porgs is referred to as a murder according to the director of The Last Jedi. In contrast, puffins are based on a group called burrow or a colony when they're in a group.
Okay.
No, bloody hell, this one's easy. Who cut off Luke's hand in Empire Strikes Back? It's obviously Princess Leia. Darth Vader.
Yeah, Vader.
Anakin Skywalker. Also known.
Yes.
That's quite an easy one. Miss Piggy was the voice of which Star Wars character?
Oh, it's Frank Oz, so Yoda, yeah.
What are the choices then?
Luke, Leia, Chewbacca doesn't have a voice. Luke and Leia are real people, actual, like, in the flesh, so it has to be Yoda.
Yeah, it's got to be then, yeah.
Yep, true. Bloody hell, that is class voice acting to be able to do that then, innit?
Yeah, I didn't realise Frank Oz voiced Miss Piggy. I know he did Muppets, did stuff on the Muppets, but...
Yeah.
What was the original last name of the Skywalkers? Starkiller, Moonshine, Brightline, Galactica.
Starkiller.
I'd go for that as well. Ben?
It's definitely.
Starkiller, hence the base and the character in Force Unleashed.
Yes, well done.
Yeah, I knew that for sure.
Whose voice can be heard when Anakin is fighting the Tusken Raiders? It's Qui-Gon, isn't it?
Yeah.
Obi-Wan.
It cuts to Yoda, and then you hear Qui-Gon saying, Anakin, no.
Yeah, it does say Qui-Gon, Chewbacca, Luke. Well, Luke hasn't been born yet. 3PO's in a totally different place. And
Yeah.
Chewbacca's a Wookiee, so he'd be going, so Qui-Gon, yep.
Yep.
Oh, yeah, quite. I thought they meant A New Hope.
Anakin, no.
Now when he's killing the Tusken Raiders, that's episode 2.
It's kind of, yeah, I get what they're trying to go for, but it's a bit weird.
What does the line, Luke, I am your father, actually say? No, I am your father.
No,
Luke, I am
your
your
That
mother.
one, yep, that.
Luke, don't forget one other. Luke, keep everything everyone together. Why would Vader say that to him?
High School Musical lyric.
I am your father, yep.
Yeah, definitely first one, yeah.
What's the
Originally
name?
it was going to be Obi-Wan killed your father, wasn't it?
Oh, was
Yeah,
it?
yeah, it was,
Yeah.
yeah, I think, yeah.
What is the name? What is the name? What were you going to say, actually? I said, what were you going to say?
Who? What?
Oh, it doesn't matter. What is the name of Han Solo's ship? It's obviously the Millennium Falcon, but there's the cosmic... There's the cosmic battleship, the eagle-eyed rocket, and the Star Killer.
Yeah.
Mental. Who did Anakin lose his hand to? Obi-Wan, R2-D2, Qui-Gon, Chewbacca. It was Obi-Wan, wasn't it, in the Mustafar battle?
His hand?
Yeah, because he gets one of his hands.
It's got to be Obi-Wan, yeah. It's got to be.
Yeah.
Unless it mentions Dooku.
Because he lost his arm to Dooku.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
When is Star Wars Day? May the 4th, but the other ones are 11th of August, December 9th, January 29th, and May 4th. It's May 4th, isn't it?
That's funny, because 9th of December is my birthday.
Oh, that would have been quite a funny Star Wars Day.
That is weird. That's weird for that choice there. It's the 4th of May, yeah.
Oh, which famous... Hold on.
25th of May is also an alternative.
Guys, which famous actor freed Rey in The Force Awakens? Tom Cruise, George Clooney, Daniel Craig, or... Well, Michael Bay's a director. Tom Cruise...
Wait, what was it? Sorry, what was the question?
Which famous actor freed Rey in The Force Awakens? I think it's Daniel Craig, but...
Yeah, I know, it is. It's
Daniel Craig, yes.
Yeah.
Yep, he played a stormtrooper. That's quite cool. Well, lads, that's the end of the question. Even though it said
did we do?
we got 83%.
Yes, we got more than the average.
It said at the top it says you're a true expert. You scored 29 out of 35. You scored better than 29% of quiz takers. Your score 83%. It says average score 76%, even though the top said 74%. So yeah, we did quite well there. I know I did bugger up one of the questions. I'm sorry about that.
That's all right.
In fairness, those people probably all did it on their own. We did it as all three of us. So, but I think we did all right. You know, there were some hard ones in there, some easy ones. Yeah, pretty decent. So, anything you guys want to talk about, or can we wrap it up there?
I think that's all good. All for today, man.
Yeah.
I was just going to say, actually, you know how you briefly mentioned the first Star Wars podcast we did about ranking the Star Wars films.
Yeah, that got 62 views. Yeah, we did well.
I was just going to say, it's funny because it's been basically about half a year now since we did that.
Yeah.
Interesting to know.
Time flies, doesn't it, man?
Yeah.
Time really does fly. Thanks for doing this anyway, guys. Yeah. So, see you in the next one then. Thank you for watching.